It's April 21st, 2025. I'm over here at TeWinkle Middle School subbing science today. And so this day went okay. The first two periods was green architecture followed by honors science for 7th graders followed by AVID. And the students could not stop talking all day. So the adventure of today is nearly losing my voice trying to teach as students talked over me. But I've subbed these days before within the past few years, including here at TeWinkle. But there are a lot of students who remembered me from subbing in the past, like at California Elementary, Ray Elementary, Pomona. And for the most part, I guess I muscled through the lessons. For green architecture, the students were learning about the construction of houses, such as the rafters and trusses and everything. In science, they were learning about photosynthesis, just like at Ensign last week, but on a much simpler level. And for AVID, they did a virtual campus tour on their Chromebooks, but before they filled out a TRF. And that brings me back to student teaching because I student taught enhanced mathematics, but the teacher also taught AVID, so I student taught AVID, and I graded like hundreds and hundreds of those TRFs. They look different now, but brings back memories from 3 years ago. So despite the student behavior today, I'm not really taking it personally. Again, all of them pretty much know me and they were saying hi and remembering me from when I subbed in the past. At least one said that he saw that I was on the news in Chicago recently. But regardless, it's a pleasure to be here at TeWinkle, and I know where I'm going to be tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. It's April 22nd, 2025, and the assignment that I had recently picked up for today is music at Newport Elementary. So the first two classes came and went. It was 4th grade followed by 5th grade, and as always, I play piano, so they were singing along to patriotic songs, and they were singing kind of okay. But later on we got to do the boomwhackers. I've done boomwhackers over at Kaiser Elementary many times, and so I asked the music teacher this morning if she had them, and she did. So I pulled up a couple of songs on YouTube. Well, I have about an hour and a half before the next class, which is 1st grade followed by 3rd grade. And something special is going to happen after the 1st graders. I'm actually going to be interviewed for Shark Tank, which is like the news desk of Newport Heights Elementary that's ran by students. And they're going to interview me about me being a substitute teacher and what it was like when I was a student here and what it's like to return, and my 2 books and the encouragements that I have for everybody. And both my books heavily mentions Newport Heights and quotes teachers, the principal, and some students. And so I'm looking forward to that. So Shark News went very well, and I got to juggle and do a card trick within the interview too. And I would say that the 1st graders went well. I gave them like a 9 out of 10. And now I have one more, which is 3rd grade. So I'm sure that the rest of the day would go well, and as always, I'm glad to be here. It's April 23rd, 2025. I'm over here at Harborview Elementary, subbing 2nd grade today. So this day is going well so far. Once we got started, let's just say that the students are really eager to be helpful and explain to me everything, even if it's the same thing like 5 times. So now I know exactly how this teacher does his classroom procedures. This morning started with language arts, so I was talking about prefixes and suffixes. I taught on contractions and possessive pronouns. And then after recess was a math lesson, so I got to teach all about subtraction and 2 different ways to do subtraction other than standard algorithm. One way using visualizations like squares and rectangles, and another one using number lines. And then sent them off to music, which is right next to the science room. But before, I showed them a couple of tricks, and they really enjoyed it, so much so that they told the science teacher about it. The science teacher was complimenting me on being a good sub for science since I have a background in science, including a couple of science degrees. And then the music teacher, which again is right next door, came out. And I subbed for him a few times before too. Well, for music, they're going out to lunch, and then it's Wednesday, so it's early days, so not much after that. So this day is going well so far, and I'm sure that the rest of the day will go well. I know I'm not going to be subbing tomorrow, or at least tomorrow morning, because I will be doing assemblies in Capistrano Unified School District. So I'm looking forward to that. Always a pleasure to be here at Harborview, and hope to return soon. And after I turned everything in after school today, the person who works in the office stopped me and said that she'd been holding on to this card for a couple of months, and it's a card for me. Some of the students were practicing how to write a letter, and one of them gave me a heartfelt card, so I really appreciate that. It's April 24th, 2025, and I did get a half day here at Killybrooke Elementary, subbing 5th grade today. So this day is going relatively well so far. After lunch, they had the half hour doing reading groups, talking about chapter 5 of the book that they're currently reading, followed by another half hour of writing about pollution. So I passed out a rubric about that, and then afterward, they went to music, so they're there for 45 minutes, and then I have a few minutes with them afterward, and then that's it for today. As always, students are happy to see me here, not just in this class, but classes above and below 5th grade. And they're all shouting over at me saying hi. And then after school today, I have 2 hours of tutoring, geometry, and 5th grade math, and then I have worship rehearsal tonight, so full day. It's April 25th, 2025. I'm over here at Whittier Elementary subbing 4th grade today. So this day is going okay so far. I mean, it's just ELA and math and then science after lunch, so I'm sure that the rest of the day would go well. This is a dual immersion class, so they're learning both English and Spanish at the same time. The students seem happy to see me. They said that I probably subbed for a lot of their older siblings or cousins over at Ensign and Newport Harbor. Well, anyway, I'm thankful for 4.5 days this week of subbing. Remember that disability or not, anybody could do whatever they set to their heart and mind to do, as long as it's practical. And behind the disability, we have a heart and a mind. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.